The latest and greatest RMC hybrid debuted this year at Six Flags Over Georgia. It was a replacement for Georgia Cyclone, and it is now Twisted Cyclone. And guys, this is a great ride. This is my new favorite ride at Six Flags Over Georgia. I think they did a fantastic job with it. I got to ride it earlier this year at its debut. And so in this video, I'm going to be giving my full thoughts on the ride experience, the layout, everything you need to know when you head over to Six Flags Over Georgia to check this thing out. Now, upon initial glance, you're going to look at the stats and be like, okay, it's not that impressive. We're only looking at 100 feet tall, not even 3,000 feet of track. So it's not super long. The stats really are not super impressive. The only thing impressive about the stats is that you do have a steep drop of 75 degrees. But when you look at all of the elements on this thing, every element on this ride does its job. It is superb. There's not a single moment on this ride where you're going to be like, okay, that was all right. Everything delivers. Starting things off, when you leave that station, you got a couple twisted bunny hills leading up to the lift hill. So right out of the gate, you're starting with the teaser of what this ride experience is going to be like. It's showing you that this is going to be an exciting ride. We haven't even made it to the lift hill and you're already sideways. So you start climbing up the lift hill. Again, this is an RMC lift hill, so it's going to be loud. So you reach the peak and you just slowly crest over into this 75-degree drop. And I tend to be a backseat guy. I love a backseat ride on an RMC, and Twisted Cyclone is no exception. If you're riding in the backseat, you're going to get flung over. There's a neat little head chopper towards the bottom because of the way that they have to work in the structure. And actually, there's a lot more head choppers to come, so that's just the first one. But that immediately sends you into what is being called the reverse Cobra roll. It replaced the first turnaround on Georgia Cyclone, and they turned it into two back-to-back inversions. And this was probably one of the elements that I was most looking forward to with this ride. And I gotta say, it was good. It wasn't the best part of the ride, though. Like I said, there's not a bad element on this ride, but the reverse Cobra roll on Twisted Cyclone was good. I wouldn't say it exceeded expectations like the wave turn did. That is my favorite part of Twisted Cyclone because it's so crazy what RMC can do. You think normal airtime is insane? Now try sideways airtime. And this wave turn is a nice mix between floater and ejector while you're sideways. Like, it's insane when you think about it. And it's a nice long wave turn too. It's visually appealing, latched onto the side of that lift hill, and that is going to fling you up into a very aggressive airtime hill. In this point of view video of me riding it, you see my shirt fly all the way up. Use that shirt as an indicator of airtime. The higher the shirt flies, the more my body is being flung up out of my seat. So if that isn't a good indicator of the airtime on this ride, then I don't know what is, because I'm not even sitting in the back row on that point of view video. So it just shows you that there's not a bad seat on this ride. You are going to get tossed around like a rag doll, which if you're like me, that's a good thing. So that airtime hill is immediately going to be followed by a bank turn into another airtime hill, and from here you actually fall into the structure, and this is like what I like to call the Steel Vengeance portion of the ride. In a sense, all of Twisted Cyclone is essentially like the second half of Steel Vengeance, but really this is the part that is most similar because you're weaving in and out of that structure. So you're staying low to the ground, you go through your third inversion, some smaller bunny hills, twisting under the reverse Cobra roll, and then you go into this like crazy S-bend into the brake run. This ride is non-stop and it delivers all the way through. Looking at it, yes, it does look like a short ride. However, when we reached the brake run and I got off, I was thinking to myself, you know, it didn't feel like a short ride. There's definitely some coasters that you get off and you're like, yeah, okay, I just wish it were a bit longer. I didn't feel that way with Twisted Cyclone. It did what it was meant to do. Would a third lap would have been nice? Sure, but I think they used the structure to their advantage very well, and I didn't walk off feeling disappointed. I can't really think of any complaints with this ride. I love the color of track. I like how they repainted the structure so it looks a lot nicer. They revamped the area around Twisted Cyclone. It's still Six Flags theming, but it's a whole lot better than it was when it was Georgia Cyclone. So if the question we should be asking is this ride a success? Is it worth your time to come out and ride? Absolutely, the answer is yes. So for its final score, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. With the ride structure that they had to work with, I think they did a fantastic job. Is it the best RMC or one of the best? I don't think so, but I think that's also because RMC is building up a very impressive portfolio. So to say that you're one of the best RMCs is really quite a statement. So no, I don't think Twisted Cyclone is one of the best RMCs, but it is still an RMC, and guys, it is a kick butt coaster. So hope you enjoyed this review. Make sure to stay tuned for more coaster reviews here at Coaster Studios. If you're new to the channel, you can check out past reviews I've done. They're all available in a playlist organized in alphabetical order. So be sure to check that out, and we'll catch you guys later.